So, welcome everyone. Myself, Gitartha Bashir, fourth year student from Lakhimpur College of Veterinary Science. So, today I will be presenting on the topic African swine fever. So, here are the contents of my presentation. We will start with the introduction, then etiology, epidemiology, then transmission, then we will move on to the pathogenesis, clinical signs, diagnosis, differential diagnosis, treatment, and finally prevention and control. So, introduction. So, African swine fever or ASF, it is a viral disease which mainly affects pigs. It is a highly contagious hemorrhagic disease. Also, it is a infectious disease, means it can spread from one animal to another. It is an economically important disease which is endemic in many African countries as well as the Mediterranean islands. Then etiology, the disease it is caused by the African swine fever virus ASFV. This virus it is a double-stranded DNA virus and it is a enveloped virus. It belongs to the family Apsarviridae. The epidemiology, this disease it is generally enzootic. This disease is generally enzootic in domestic pigs in the African region. The pigs of all age group are susceptible to the disease. It does not matter whether the pigs are adult or young, both are equally likely to suffer from the disease. This disease is enzootic, as I already said, in African countries and it occurs as epidemics in these regions. ASF in India. Most recently, we have seen that ASF has entered the Indian subcontinent. The outbreak of ASF in India occurred in the states of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh, and this was confirmed on May 1 by the National Institute of High Security Animal Diseases or NISAD, which is located in Bhopal. The samples were sent to these the samples from the states were sent to this institution and there it confirmed the presence of the African swine fever virus in the samples. The first case of African swine fever in Assam, it was reported from Jorhat in Dhemaji district. According to the latest reports by the Times of India, the 15,346 pigs in Assam and 2,253 in Arunachal Pradesh have died from this disease. The transmission of the disease, African swine fever virus, it is maintained in the African continent by the natural cycle between warthogs and the soft tick vector, which is Ornithodorus mobata. The spread of the virus from the wildlife to the domestic pig generally occurs when an infected soft tick bites a healthy domestic pig. Also, pigs can become infected via the oronasal route by consumption of either by consumption of contaminated feed with the virus. Now, this is the picture of the vector which is responsible for spreading the African swine fever virus, the soft tick Ornithodorus mobata. Then pathogenesis of the disease. The main route of entry is through the upper respiratory tract. In case of pigs, the virus after its entry, it replicates in the tonsil and the lymph nodes, which drains the head and the neck. From here, it rapidly spreads via the bloodstream to different parts of the body where it causes hemorrhage. Then the clinical signs. Generally, the disease it occurs in four forms. These are peracute, acute, subacute, and chronic. The acute disease it is generally characterized by a very short incubation period of 3 to 7 days, followed by high rise of temperature, and death usually occurs in 5 to 10 days. The other signs include hyperthermia, hyperemia of the skin of the ears, abdomen and legs. There is respiratory distress, vomiting, bleeding from the nose or rectum. In case of epidemics, the first event generally is abortion, which can be seen. In case of chronic disease, there is emaciation, swollen joints, and respiratory problems. Here are the pictures of the different lesions of the disease. In the first picture, you can see there is hemorrhagic gastrohepatic lymph node of pig. In the second, there is hyperemia of the abdomen and legs in a pig. And in the third, there is hyperemic ears of the pig. Now moving on to the diagnosis. This disease, African swine fever, is very difficult to diagnose from classical swine fever, solely based on the clinical signs and lesions. The virus can be isolated by inoculation of the primary cultures of pig monocytes. The confirmation of African swine fever can be determined by either PCR or antigen detection ELISA. The differential diagnosis, as I already said, the most important differential diagnosis for ASF is from CSF. The two diseases are indistinguishable on the clinical signs and pathological lesions. Hence, we need laboratory diagnosis or laboratory confirmation. Also, poisoning with coumarins leads to hemorrhage, and it can be differentiated from ASF in the fact that this poisoning by coumarins affects only individual pigs, whereas ASF, it affects all the pigs in the herd. Now, treatment, as we all know, it is a viral disease, so there is no treatment. Moreover, pigs which are infected with the virus are generally slaughtered to prevent further infection, and the carcasses are disposed carefully to prevent the infection to other pigs. The suspected pigs are isolated and culled if they are found positive with the virus. Moving on to the prevention and control. As of now, there is no vaccine available for African swine fever, although researchers from the Harbin Veterinary Research Institute, China, have developed a live attenuated vaccine which they had successfully tested on the lab animals, and it is under clinical trial. The prevention generally depends on ensuring that neither the pigs nor the contaminated products come in contact with the healthy pigs or in areas which are free from the disease. Also, sanitary measures need to be applied to control the movement and treatment of the waste food, which can become a source of infection. Serological survey of the pig farm should be done to ensure that infected pigs have been identified and isolated before they spread the infection. So the different sources from which this presentation was made: the Merck Veterinary Manual, Wikipedia, Science Direct, the PigSite, Mongabay. With this, I would like to conclude my presentation. Thank you.